Cyberpunk 2077 in 2023. Is it finally worth playing after all its updates? Let's find out. This video will begin with my first impressions, followed by my final thoughts after a few days of playing Cyberpunk. This is entirely my honest view on the game, and I do welcome all your opinions on this. I will be playing on a PC, which is the best system possible for this game. So if it sucks, it'll be way worse on a console. As of course, the current gen consoles do have their limitations. If you would like to see whether I can make the absolute best Cyberpunk game using the best mods, just give the video a quick like rating, as I do believe this game could be incredible using certain mods available out there. So here are my first impressions. Many people have told me to play this on a PC, as graphically it's meant to be 10 times better than a console. And to be straight with you, I wasn't very impressed by the graphics on my PS5, so I am looking forward to this. Thankfully, due to my recent PC upgrade, I can play this on ultra settings with ray tracing. So I am expecting this to look the bollocks. Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't want this to sound dramatic, but first in bloody hell's bells, the graphics is something else. This might not translate well to the video. You know what YouTube's like. I am actually playing at 1440p. I have all the graphic settings up to the highest. You don't really need to have some of these on high, it's just absolute overkill. So these are meant to be the best settings to get the highest FPS, whilst it looking amazing with ray tracing as well on the highest, as you can see there, Psycho. As I mentioned though, I have had a recent PC upgrade, so this is the reason I can play it on such high settings and have such good FPS. The only thing I will say as my first impressions is this fog effect is really annoying. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but it's kind of distracting as you drive around. It looks kind of shoddy, but other than that, the graphics look a lot better on PC. I can definitely go with that. I mean, look at this ray tracing, I mean, Jesus. So the next thing I have to bring up, and it's something I've noticed straight away in my first impressions. I can't be the only one that thinks this. These roads are completely empty. I mean, look at this. We're driving down this street right now and there's not a single car. Okay, I think I just saw one car on the other side of the road, but that's it. Okay, now we've got a few cars. Crowd density. It's on high. There is no excuse here. It's on the highest setting you can get. There is barely any cars driving around the streets, and I'm sure it's meant to be better on the PC, and it's clearly not. Okay, after a few days of playing this, here are my final thoughts on Cyberpunk. The gameplay. So I do appreciate the updates made to this game over the years. Although, you could argue it's too little, too late, as it took a while for these updates to be made, and they haven't impacted the game in a big way. Combat and gunfights have improved since release, and I do enjoy them, although it's clear they aren't groundbreaking by any means. I think what holds them back is the physics. When you twat an enemy, their lifeless body drops to the ground in such a piss poor way. It really shows how bad the physics are in this game. Apart from that, the melee and gunplay is decent, but nothing special. Driving is good, and it does feel a lot more realistic when compared to games such as GTA 5. It actually takes a little while to grasp the driving, as your rear end loves to slip out if you take corners too fast. The driving has improved a lot overall, but some might prefer the more arcadish style. I personally prefer the more realistic feel, so I cannot fault the driving. Apart from the lackluster car physics and car damage mechanics, which are dog water when compared to other games. So despite playing this on the PC with the crowd density on high, somehow the streets are still lifeless, and you will often be driving and not see a single car. How is this still happening even on PC? It continues to make the city lifeless, and sadly, NPCs on the streets are still dumb as hell. You'll start a gunfight and you'll just see NPCs minding their own business, enjoying the view in the background, and not giving a shit, and have no idea what's going on. Attention to detail is still lacking in many departments. The police are also really easy to escape from still, as they don't actually chase you around the map, and instead you just see cop cars spawn on the roads and you'll get shot at. Since release, the cops have been made harder to escape from, so it actually has been improved since release. The bugs. Yes, the game has been improved since release, and game-breaking bugs no longer exist for the most part, at least in my experience. But sadly, this game still feels seriously rough in places. As mentioned in my first impressions, cars continue to spawn in front and behind you when driving around streets. And it's not even subtle, it's so in your face, and I was hoping this wouldn't happen on PC, but it does. When driving out in the desert, I even saw objects spawning in too. Also, if you run over NPCs on the streets, which let's be honest, we all do it, their damn body instantly disappears a lot of the time. Issues with seeing the exact same car driving next to each other still happens too, and this reminds me of GTA 4 back in the day, which was released in 2008, for Christ's sake. Apart from that, I never experienced anything game breaking, but it's clear this game is still really unpolished. So in conclusion, yes, I think you will get the best visual experience possible if you play Cyberpunk on the PC, but you will need decent specs, as this game is pretty damn demanding, and it's not worth spending loads of money speccing up a PC just for this game, as a lot of the issues since release are still here somehow, despite the game releasing in 2020. It's majorly disappointing to me, as this game could have been incredible. So should you play it? Just consider all the points I've made in this video, and you'll know whether this is something you should play or not. The story isn't on the same level as The Witcher 3 or Red Dead Redemption 2, at least in my opinion, and it's majorly dialogue heavy, which isn't for everyone. And normally, I don't really mind this, but for me, the story struggled to grip me from the beginning. I would not buy this for the story alone. If the gameplay looks appealing to you, definitely try it out, as the price for this game has dropped a lot. Now, there is something that could save this game, and possibly fix all of its issues and make it pretty damn incredible. This can be done using mods. The modding community for this game looks pretty amazing, and I would love to see what can be done to this game using the best mods. If you would like to see this, just give the video a quick like rating, and I will do this very soon. Do let me know in the comments your thoughts on Cyberpunk and what system you play it on, and if you would like to find out whether Watch Dogs Legion has killed and ended the Watch Dogs franchise, click the card on screen to watch that video. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of your day.